Hello everyone, this is Wylam here. In today's video, it's going to be fairly short. We're going to be talking about some firmware announcements that has been made for the X-T3 and also the X-H1. So let's go ahead and get into that. The X-T3 right back here, let's talk about this one first. Some really great announcements that are going to be coming out. It's pretty interesting that for a brand new camera, this is already the second firmware update, which is really good. They're fixing stuff, they're making stuff better, and that's what we want from a company that we just spent $1,500 on. So we have 3 items to report, and it's all for video. So for you photo guys, you can probably skip this firmware, but they might fix other minor things that they just don't tell us about. First one is hybrid log gamma HLG. They're going to be incorporating that, which is excellent. The next one is simultaneous output with film simulation video and F-log footage. So that sounds like to me they're going to be outputting to both SD cards or an SD card and HDMI output. They don't really have a lot of details here on Fuji Rumors. By the way, all of this stuff is on FujiRumors.com. It's a great website, so check it out if you actually want to know the latest and greatest. It's somewhere that I go all the time. But there's really not a lot of information about that. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to do this dual output. The last one to talk about is the support of Exfat, which is amazing. It's going to help everybody in video out. Right now, there's a 4 GB size to the file limit, which you run up against very quickly, especially if you're doing 4K. For me, when I'm actually recording one of these videos, I'm generating usually anywhere from 4 to 8 files, and that's a lot to have to clean up, especially the audio aspects of it. So to have one file would be kind of amazing. Right now, the maximum file size is 4 GB. With Exfat, I was actually just looking this up on Google. They're saying it's 16 exabytes. 1 exabyte is 1,000,000 terabytes. I'm not sure if it's true or if Google's lying to me, but I assume that it's true. It's definitely not something that we're going to run up against anytime soon. This will be kind of an interesting thing to test out when I'm actually recording my vlogs to see how big of a file size that I get to, but I'm certainly not going to get anywhere near that size. I will say one thing though, and this is experience from the Panasonic GH5, and it's that certain SD cards will actually not support Exfat. Again, this is from the GH5, so I don't know if the X-T3 is going to have the same limit. This 32 gig card is an SDHC, so it's actually an older format. It's 32 gigs, but it's a 300 megabyte write. It's been a really great SD card. The larger one, the 64 gig and up, they're actually the newer format. It's the SDXC. Now for the GH5, you actually need to go to the XC in order to actually use Exfat. The other one, the 32 gigabyte version of the Sony cards, which uses the older HC, it actually does not support Exfat in the Panasonic GH5. So I don't know if there's going to be the same limit in the X-T3. Also, I really hope the X-H1 will get the same firmware updates to actually update the Exfat, because it is such a useful thing to actually be able to generate files larger than 4 gigabytes. It saves a lot of time for us video guys. Moving on to the X-H1, it looks like 6 lenses are going to see dramatic increases in image stabilization. So this is really exciting to hear. The 2 lenses that I'm most looking forward to is the 10-24, which is going to go up to 5.5 stops, and also the 18-55 going up to 5.5 stops as well. With that type of image improvement, I'm definitely going to test out both those lenses to see if I can actually notice a difference when I'm recording my videos vlog style. It'll be very fun to test out. I'm also hoping, like I said a little bit earlier, that it's going to actually support the Exfat format with this firmware update, because that would be excellent. Please, Fuji, also update that for the X-H1 if it's possible.